In some ways, these days, we are all running remote businesses. It used to be that only the savvy people with, nomadic lifestyles would run these remote companies, but now everyone is running a remote first business, at least, because we have people distributed everywhere. And it is possible. You can make it happen. Before I was married to my wife, she moved 1,800 miles away for college, and we maintained that relationship. So it is possible. But here is how to do it for your business. First, you need the infrastructure set up to support the remote kind of collaboration that needs to happen in your business. For us at Trainual, we immediately set up systems on Zoom with paid accounts so people can record more than those 40-minute meetings. Slack as a paid thing that you could search through and use all the different channels that you need. And then we even invested in the infrastructure in our physical office, like cameras and professional microphones, so that anytime people did get together in person, they could easily dial in their remote team members. And that investment in infrastructure was huge in terms of enabling that remote first culture. We also subscribe to tools like Miro as a virtual whiteboard and Donut for spontaneous meetings with your coworkers. And these things bring people together in ways that you must put some intentional effort into that you didn't have to so much before. Now, we also organize remote-based events because when we started hiring people remotely that weren't local near our Phoenix office, we had to find a way to incorporate them in the social type experiences that we host here. So we've done things through the holidays like a remote pumpkin carving or a remote gingerbread house making that really bring our remote team members together and make them feel part of the team in the same way that we try to do for our local team members. We also have different channels for communication because open communication with your remote members is super important. So we have channels in Slack for things like just general company announcements and praise. And by putting those things inside a channel that is remote first and not doing those announcements in the office and having them trickle out to everyone later, we're incorporating those remote team members so that they feel part of the fold. They feel within the company. We have different events throughout the years. And so we've had to build this system where our remote team members can come in for those events. The way we do it is a 3 times a year cadence. So every June, we have a remote and in-person kind of retreat. Everybody gets together for a big company retreat. Every December, we get together for an annual kickoff and holiday party. And then there's one other week per year that remote team members can choose to come into the office, spend a week in the office, attend other in-person events, meet their coworkers, and just feel part of the company. So 3 times a year, they're coming in, and that's across the whole team. Now, the other thing we do is allow managers the discretion to bring people in for a meeting anytime they feel it's necessary. So you may think that a remote kind of culture means cutting your expenses, cutting the office, not having that kind of overhead, but really it's just reallocating those expenses. So the money you would have spent on overhead and desk space and things in a physical setting, instead you're reallocating to travel and hotels and microphones and cameras and lights, and you need to be willing to reallocate those expenses. So in the same way that I was able to put in the extra energy, the extra attention, and make my long distance relationship with my wife work during college, you too can invest in this remote first culture that we're all having to build and make it work for your company.